Hello everyone, how is everybody? It is almost noon here, Central Time, which is way different than my usual time, even for a Wednesday. So normally we are bright and early Wednesday morning, but today we are a little bit later. Steve had a meeting, and then I had some work stuff come up, but we are here,
your latest
and
illustration.
we are live, and Ev, thank you, Ev. Oh my goodness, can we get some hypes in chat for Ev? Oh my word, he's We talked about it this morning, actually. I'm just trying to find a good time for him to do it. I'm trying to find a good time for him to do it. Thank you, Ev. You were so sweet. All right, so let's go ahead, say hi real quick. Today's gonna be slightly different than our usual coloring live streams because I wanna make sure that I get plenty of the information out there because this is a review video. So I may go through the information first and then answer questions at the end. So first we have Brandy, Ruthie, Tara Lynn, Mona. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see, Daniela, and let's see, Caligricious, Ryan, right? If I remember correctly, it's Ryan. Hello and welcome. So glad to see you here. Okay, and Steve, there's Steve and Evelyn. And let's see, Catherine, hello. Let's see, oop, it hopped down, hold on, where are we at? Did we miss anybody? Let's see, Ariane, hello, Lori, hello. Okay, so thank you again for that, Evelyn. You are amazing. So what we are doing today is it is a review for the Arteza Everblend Brush Nib Deco tones. Now we've done it before for the tropical tones, but for those of you that know, Arteza has kind of revamped their whole color system, and so there are a bunch of new colors as well. Right, Steve? And then we have the Arteza Everblend Portrait Tones. So we've got 2 different sets today with a couple different things that we're gonna do. So this is the full color swatch chart that you can find on Arteza's website. I have the link in the description below. This one has a color wheel that's slightly more similar to Copic, but like I said, with their previous Everblends, and now they've revamped the whole labeling system, introduced some new colors. So there's a lot of different things with them. After we go through the swatch chart, we're going to take a crack at using, always entertaining, educational, exactly. We're going to take a crack at using the new portrait tones and deco tones on a Christine Karen. I love her her images, and it seemed like a perfect opportunity to try this page, which I haven't done yet. We can do some cool ice cream colors with deco tones in the shirt, and then we've got the portrait tones for her. So we're going to be doing that. This is the blank, because there's a color and a blank color chart available. Like I said, both of those links are in the description below. But for the sake of today, because printing this on a regular size sheet, these are kind of small squares. So for the sake of today's tutorial, I also have my color chart here, which has both the deco and the portrait tones. You can find this one on my website. Exclamation point words are hard. EmilyIllustrator.com/downloads, or you can just type an exclamation point website, go there and navigate to the download section. Oh, good luck, Allie. Thank you, Shannon. So we have a lot to go over today, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Everything is printed on the Nina Classic Crest cardstock. I actually recently got a new thing because I ran out of all of my other stuff. So if you are curious about the paper we're using today, it is exclamation point Nina, exclamation point NEENAH. For those of you, I didn't put the link for it in the description below for those of you watching back, but somebody will have it there in chat. So if you're watching back, look at the live chat. But it is the Nina Classic Crest cardstock. I got it over on Amazon. So we are going to do our swatch chart. We're going to take a look at the boxes, everything they came in. We won't be filling this out today because it's so super teeny tiny and I don't want to squint while I'm trying to stream. And then we will try them out on her page. So as far as what I have done with these, so like I said, I have the tropical tones already. I have not used these at all yet. I took the plastic off of them. We're getting a glare. We have extra light coming in today because it's middle of the day. It's not nighttime today. Or nighttime currently. Also, I'm gonna slow down my talking. I realize that when I have a lot of information that I am excited to get out to you all, I talk way faster than I intend. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can. There we go. That's better. I talk way faster than I intend because it's like my brain wants to get it all out before I forget anything. So I'm gonna slow down, take a deep breath, not talk quite as fast. So first things first, when you, I'll hold it down this way. My camera doesn't lift up quite high enough. But when you get these from Arteza, they were packaged real nice. They had extra padding in there so they weren't knocking around too much. These come plastic wrapped, and then on the inside, sound like me when I'm paper crafting. Oh, it's exactly what it is. I've done it ever since I was a kid. I just talk so fast and I want to get it all out, and yeah. All right, let's see if we can move this up just a tiny bit more. Okay, and then here we go. That's better. And then let's get these in focus, shall we? There we go. So these also, this comes out. Here, let me pull this out here. And these came wrapped in plastic as well. So everything was pretty well packaged. Nothing was getting knocked around. Now, granted, for markers, that's not nearly as important as, you know, it is for pencils. Hi, Mandy. Okay, so on the outside of the box, obviously we've got a list of all of the colors that you're getting in this set. As you can see, it is a really wide range. We'll have to see how true to color all of these are. Like I said, they've changed some of the colors. So like white quartz on our other set is a slightly more yellowish color than it was before. Like I said, there's 36 of them. They're blendable. I always love that they're not in focus. Sorry, my camera doesn't autofocus, so sometimes I forget. I always love that all of their products are non-toxic because I have small kids and you know, you never know what they could accidentally get into, and so that's always a little bit of peace of mind too. So on the bottom here, it lets you know you've got your medium chisel tip, your brush nib, and replaceable nibs. I will say, however, I haven't seen replaceable brush nibs yet though. So there's just the pointed tip and the chisel tip for replaceable nibs on the website right now. On the back here, you've got this little advert here, join the Arteza Club, get 20% off. Right now, the Deco tones are on sale on their website. The portrait tones are not, but they run around 75. But the Deco tones are on sale. Let's see, I think that's about everything. It also has this little flip thing, but I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. The last time I had that, I haven't found that the flip around on the back, I know it's hard for you to see, but here, look at this. So this is what it is supposed to do. But actually on my other one, the paper here is so tight that it didn't really bend that way. So if there's any one thing for these markers so far that I have found that's not entirely accurate, it's that it flips back, because what happens is this paper on the inside splits and then it doesn't hold. So that is the one thing that so far that I've found that isn't entirely accurate. That, and I really wish they had, they were refillable, but I think that's something they're gonna do in the future. So holding out hope for that one. Let's see, who am I missing? Who am I missing? Hi, Paul, welcome. When I first started watching Color Stream, I used to get Shannon and Emily confused for one another. Well, I mean, I guess we're both in the South. I don't know. Shannon, are we sisters in another life? Anyway, so that's where we're at with the box, but everything is packaged really nicely and everything goes the same for all of the Deco tones. Before we continue with the swatch chart, hello Joe, does anybody have any questions for any of these? Like I said, some of the colors are different than they are with the previous Everblends. Oh, thanks Evelyn. With the previous Everblends, so even if they have the same name, that doesn't exactly mean that they are exactly the same. So, also, you can see too with the labeling system. So if you look at the color wheel, that Arteza has provided, they tell a little bit more about their color system. So the first two letters, YG, is the color family. So the color family falls right in with the color wheel. You've got, you know, red, yellow, and blue. RYB, okay? And then you have your secondary colors, which are purple, orange, and green, okay? And so what you're gonna have here is PB is purple, blue, P is purple, RP is red and purple. So a lot of that has to do with the color family. So it says color family the marker relates to. And then blending group, color family has 10 levels, so YG02, so 0 to 9. And then intensity value indicates the lightness of the color shade. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a range here. So for instance, YG00 is the darkest versus YG09, which is lighter. So intensity value 0 through 9. So that kind of helps you understand a little bit more of what how the markers are labeled and organized. Hi, Mary. All right, so we're gonna set these aside. We're gonna go ahead and start swatching. Now, last time when we swatched these had a lot of ink in them to begin with. So we actually ended up with a little bit of splatter on our paper, which is actually good. That means that they come, you know, they're fully stocked with ink. So let's see, for portrait tones, we start with YR17, which is a vintage yellow. We're gonna put these here. And then we're gonna go right along the line. Ooh, I knocked my desk. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna go right along the line of colors here. So we're gonna bust out with the brush nib because that is what we're excited about. It does have a chisel tip too, but that's the same with the regular Everblend markers. There's the bullet nib and the chisel tip. This one is the brush nib and the chisel tip, medium, and then the brush. So that is the YR17 Vintage Yellow. I like that. That seems to match well with its name. Then we've got Butterscotch Orange. Honestly, like, I love the names of these two. That's a really nice kind of like mid color. I like that a lot. Okay, then we're gonna do Apricot. See, if this was a pre-recorded, hi Kenny. Thank you, Evelyn. Yeah, we did a little, it's called Interstellar from the ILNP, Interstellar, and then I added a little bit of black. But yeah, Apricot. This is the part of like a pre-recorded video where I would normally speed it up, but I kind of like being able to take our time and kind of look at the colors. I'll be curious to see, oh, I sure hope so, Paul. I'll be curious to see how they blend on the Christine Karen image in comparison to something like Copics, because Copics blend pretty well. That's if they're not starting to dry out, which mine are. I need to get some refills. All right, Pale Peach, which is R09. I have a feeling I'll probably use that one. I tend to lean towards a lot of like the lighter colors when I'm starting to build something up. Oh, a rose gold nail polish. ILNP probably has one. They've got all like the sparkly ones. All right, let's see. Hi, Tanya. Let's see, Powder Pink. This one looks nice too. Now, it's funny when I say this looks slightly warmer since they're all kind of warm tones, but you can tell this one definitely has a little bit more red in it than the peach does. All right, so Peony Pink. Ooh. All right, so I will say this one has, like I said, I haven't pulled these out yet. This one has a little bit of leakage, actually. I haven't opened this before, so I guess we'll see. Whew. I think that one was just like really full because there was a little bit of pressure when I pulled off the top. You can clean, whenever you have something that leaks like that though, sorry, my hands are a little shaky today. You can actually just clean that up with alcohol. So I will probably clean that up a little bit later. So there was a little bit of leakage, but that didn't seem to affect the quality of the marker or how much ink was in it. I think it probably just overfilled a little bit when the markers were getting filled. Okay, so let's see, Pale Pink. I like that one. That one's real nice. Okay, let's see. And you know what we'll do too? We're gonna pull out our other Everblend color charts and compare some of these colors as well. All right, so Deep Plum Purple. Let's see, are we still in frame? There we go. Whoa, that is dark. Dark, dark, dark. But I kind of like that it's a plum color. All right, next one is Muted Rose Pink. Ooh, that one's nice. I like that one a lot. That one's really pretty. All right, Ballerina Pink. That one's pretty. I think that was another color from a previous set too. Now my spreadsheet has Tanya on it. All right, Blush Pink. That one's nice. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, Brandy. It would be great for that. I like that it's not like a really strong like brown. I like that it's got kind of the purpley hue to it. All right, Cherry Blossom Pink. Yeah, for that one that overfilled, all it takes, it would be some rubbing alcohol and a cotton ball, and that should clean right up. It's the same way with like Copics, because you'll find with Copics, when you're putting the cap on and off, a lot of time you can get ink on the inside. The best way to clean that is take a Q-tip and just a little bit of alcohol, and it cleans it right up. Just because they are alcohol-based markers. All right, Rose Quartz. Oh yeah, I'll be using this one a lot. Like I said, whenever I do skin, I always base the skin in like the lightest colors. All right, then we have Rusty Rose. Oh, I bet you this one's pretty. That one's nice. Okay, and then we have Desert Rose. Oh, I like that. Right? They're really nice. Okay, Earth Red. I'll have to check too. Like I said, this is the Nina cardstock. Some of these, they've got quite a bit of ink in them. You can definitely see it on the back. Let's see if I can darken that. But they're not like bleeding through a lot. I would say after a couple layers though, I could see it. Hi, Sydney. I could see it bleeding through. So I would definitely, when we color, we're gonna be putting a piece of paper behind it. Because you can see, like, I've got some marks that are on this, which is actually also an Arteza pad. It's super nice. But I've had alcohol markers bleed through, and then it's really hard to get off, because if I use alcohol on this, it gets rid of the lines on it. So not only do I get the alcohol marker off, but I get the markings on the mat off. Okay, next one, BR23 is Dusty Orange. Forgot where it was. Here we are. All right, Dusty Orange. Right, Brandy? Exactly. I try to challenge myself with that sometimes too, just because that I have a tendency to not color with the darker ones. Like, I immediately go to the lighter ones, probably because I feel more comfortable doing it, because, you know, light is easier to fix than if you just start with a super dark color. But I actually just did a Christine Karen page where the features of the person drawn weren't inherently, I'm not sure how to phrase it, but basically I was just like, you know, I'm gonna go full opposite, and I did a darker skin tone on her, and I was pretty pleased with how it came out. All right, Peachy Beige is this one. This is BR26. That one's got kind of like a orangey tone to it. They do have really pretty colors. And Tanya, I will say with these new ones, I haven't seen any yellowing of it. So, ooh, Creme Brulee Brown, I like that. Creme Brulee Brown. 3 coloring books at a garage sale on Saturday, awesome. Oh yeah, I like that one. That's kind of like an ashy brown. That's real nice. Okay, next we have Ivory. Probably use that one a lot too. So far, as far as like the lightest skin tones, ones I'll want to use more often, I really like Rose Quartz. I think that's really nice. But this Almond is really light as well. So Almond here. Ooh, yeah, I like Almond too. Yeah, it's pretty aptly named. I like that. All right, Coffee Brown. Ooh, super dark. I think I'd be almost too nervous to use this one. But still, it's nice to have such a range of colors. We're gonna pull out the Creative Charm Alice in Wonderland and Care Bears. Nice. You got the Derwent Ink 1072, nice. Working and entering financial information into a spreadsheet. I'm gonna pull out the Portrait Tones color chart from the previous sets as well. This one's Cocoa Brown. A little bit of a lighter brown, but still, I really like these. Really good range. All right, then we have Tan Leather Brown. Okay, I am doing awful with staying in the lines. Okay, warm beige. I am so excited though that they, oh, I like that one a lot. That one's a really nice brown. I am so excited that they came out with the brush nibs though. All right, spiced cider. Oh, now I want spiced cider. I like that. Definitely has a little bit more of a yellowish tone to it. I know, Mary, I know. This is pastel orange. Okay, let's move it on over here. Another heat wave. Oof. It has surprisingly been a very cool summer here. It's supposed to get kind of warm this week, but otherwise it's been very cool. I have a feeling this one's gonna be pretty dark. This is espresso brown. Oh yeah, that's almost black. It's darker than the coffee brown. All right, hazelnut brown. Yeah, I will say it's nice because they fill the markers very well. Like they're very juicy, just straight out of the box. Latte brown. I actually haven't had coffee yet this morning. I'm gonna get some coffee after stream. I try not to, if I'm doing, I mean, I'm already shaky today because I was running around and doing too many things, but I try not to have coffee before stream because then I get even more shaky. All right, vanilla milkshake. Oh, I don't want ice cream. These markers are making me hungry. I like that one too. Gosh, there is such a good range of skin. Okay, I have to say, I am really, really happy with this range of skin tones. Like, really happy. All right, caramel brown or caramel brown. Hello, Anna. There we go. Yeah, not my favorite brownish color. All right, scone or scone brown. A little bit of an ashy brown. I could see that working in conjunction with the caramel brown. Nice, Paul. Right? Exactly. They do sound yummy. All right, eggnog. Oh, that's a nice light color. Again, that would go really nicely with the caramel or the scone brown. Okay, now oatmeal brown. Also, if you hear any noises downstairs, the kids are home. All right, and sand dollar brown is the last one. Oh, it's got kind of like a pinkish kind of hue to it. All right, let's zoom out for a sec. Yeah, I like that. That is a really good range. There is such a good selection of browns in there. That is really good. Okay, I'm excited to try this out. I think this is gonna be good. All right, before we pull out our color chart for the other Everblends, let's go ahead and swatch the Deco tones now, and then we'll pull out the other charts to compare them to the previous Everblends. Right? I know, I'm so hungry. All right, let's pull this out of the box here. Plus, I will say these inner storage things, like these are really nice. Look how these are all separated, like such good. So you could store them on their side, like one on top of the other. I really like it. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna move this to the side. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and swatch these Deco tones. I like the idea of the Deco tones because I love lighter colors. So, I mean, maybe it's just because I associate Deco with lighter colors because of Prismacolor, but I think it's gonna have a really good, oh, I'm so glad, Anna. I think it's gonna be really good selection of color choices and, you know, nice lighter colors. Okay, so first we have Canary Yellow. Very orangey yellow, and that's so funny because like canary yellow in other sets is very much like a yellowy kind of yellow, which is totally a technical term, right, Mandy? I'm excited. Oh my gosh, Steve. All right, Tuscan Sun. A little bit darker there. I'm really hoping there's gonna be like a nice light. Well, I guess I have the pastel tones already, but all right, so Marmalade Orange. I mean, I guess this would fall under like what, Art Deco? Like, hi Della. All right, Vintage Yellow. Oh no, wait a minute. Huh, Vintage Yellow. We have Vintage Yellow in both sets. So in the Portrait tones and the Deco tones. So these should be the same, which they are. All right. Tangerine. Okay. Like I said, I haven't opened any of these markers yet, so I am discovering all of these colors right along with you today. Okay, then we have Peach, which I think we had, oh, we had Pale Peach. Pale Peach in the Portrait tones. So this one is actually Peach. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. That's like a delicate orange. Okay. And then Tomato Red. Who is it in our group that likes the red reds? Shannon, was that you? We'll see if this is a red red. I feel like Tomato Red should be a red red. It's definitely, it's definitely tomato color. It's got a little bit more of an orangey hint to it than it does like a red red. Shannon, me, yes. All right, Grapefruit Orange. I feel like they're pretty accurate to their names. Ooh, Powder Pink, I'm probably gonna love that. All right, Powder Pink. Powder Pink would have been really good in the Portrait tones. I actually really like that. That would fall right under like the Rose Quartz, Pale Peach, and, oh no, wait, Powder Pink is there. Oh, cool, now we got two of them. Good. Okay, I was gonna say, like, if this isn't in the Portrait tones, like, it should. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Piggy Pink, which is not in the Portrait set. Let's double check. Yeah, I don't see it in the Portrait set. That makes sense, actually. That's a pretty bright pink for a Portrait set. It could still work, though. All right, Watermelon Pink, not in the Portrait set. Okay. Make sure I got the right one. Yep. Okay, Watermelon Pink. Oh, I like that. That's really pretty. I own red, so. All right, then we've got Fuchsia. While I'm swatching these two, if anybody has any questions about them, feel free to pop them in chat. That is pretty. I like that. That's really pretty. Okay, Hot Pink. Let's see, I imagine this to be really bright. Yeah, that's good. I feel like Fuchsia, Hot Pink, and Watermelon Pink would go really well together as like, you know, because, you know, a lot of times they'll choose like a dark, a mid, and a light. All right, so Bubblegum Pink. Bubblegum Pink. Do we have, no, that one is not in the skin tones. Very nice. I like that one. Okay, then we have Acai. Acai? I never know how to pronounce that one. Acai. Anyway, Acai Purple. First time I ever discovered that word, I was living in Denver and they like had an acai smoothie and I was like, what the heck is that? Okay, then we have, Diamond Purple, Orchid Purple. We have Orchid Purple, okay. And for those of you watching back, feel free to speed this up if you like. You know, I know YouTube's got a little bit of a speed through here, but it's nice to kind of take a look and kind of analyze each of the colors. This is Deep Iris Purple. This is probably one of my favorite things about opening a new set is all of the new colors. And like I said, since they redid, hi Lisa, since they redid everything, Royal Purple, these are basically all brand new colors. Look at how dark that is. Holy heck, I love that. That color is not shy about its color at all. Okay, let's see, and then lavender. Next row here. Very pretty. I feel like that one might have been in the pastel tones already. Right, Della? They're so pretty. Okay, and then we have Aegean blue. See, and a lot of these color names are similar to the pencils also. So we'll pull out those swatches and see how similar these colors are to the pencil colors as well. Diamond blue, that's a really pretty color. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that blue. That is so pretty. All right, and then we have sapphire blue. Oh, also pretty. Oh my gosh, this range of blues is gonna be so pretty. All right, then we have ultramarine blue. It's probably gonna be a fairly dark blue. Oh yeah, that's super rich. I like that a lot. Hang on, I'm gonna get a sip of water real quick. Right, Brandy? Exactly. Okay, then we have butterfly blue. That's a nice kind of cool blue. Now it's interesting to say like cool versus warm, kind of like with these ones, but like for instance, I would consider diamond blue a warm blue. Butterfly blue, I would consider a, yeah, Arteza does have beautiful colors. Maybe? Maybe, Evelyn? So I would consider butterfly blue a cool blue and diamond blue a warm blue. Just, it's hard to explain why, but it's like I can look at them and be like, okay, that one's a warm, that one's a cool. All right, so BG04 Hawaii blue. Let's see. Hawaii blue. Ooh, that's like a really nice kind of blue-green. Oh, go figure, because it's BG04. Go figure. Okay, and then beach blue. Oh, that one's pretty too. Oh, Arteza, you really knocked it out of the park with these. Absolutely. Okay, so spearmint green. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, and then winter green up here. Okay. And then celery green. I did find it interesting that on the list, it went green, 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 light cyan blue. So we'll have to see how green this light cyan blue is. How do you differentiate between warm and cool colors? In my mind, it's like, okay, what colors were added to this color to make it? So for me, like a lighter, more almost on the purpley end kind of blue is considered like a cool blue. Something like this where it's got maybe a little bit of green, maybe a little bit of yellow, I would consider it a warm blue. So something that is, obviously, you know, reds, oranges, and yellows are all warm colors. You have purples, blues, and greens are considered cool colors. But then there's slight differentiation between variations of pink or blue or purple. So for instance, I would consider royal purple a cool purple. I would consider deep iris purple a warm purple. Now, deep iris purple clearly has a little bit of red in it versus royal purple, which has blue in it. So that's how I differentiate the variations on purples. So when it comes to like these kind of fuchsia, magenta colors kind of thing, fuchsia is going to be a little bit more warmer than say the acai purple. So it's kind of like, what can you see has been mixed in with said color. So like for instance, this I would consider more of a warm yellow. I would consider this a slightly cooler yellow. And part of it comes with practice and just having, you know, seeing colors all the time. Like this lavender, very much a cool kind of purple. So it it's kind of like you have to train your eye. Hello, Teresa. Kind of like, even just like, let's talk in food terms, like chefs, have to train their palate to understand and be able to pick out flavors. So looking at colors for so long, you can kind of pick out colors. So like, for instance, this ballerina pink is a cooler pink than say blush pink, which is a warmer pink. And you can tell because this has got a slight bit of blue in it versus this one, which is kind of like a richer kind of pink. Oh my gosh, Steve. All right, so then we have celery green, which is G06. Okay. Ooh, that's nice and bright. I like that a lot. All right, and then evergreen. It's a really nice, rich, dark green. Okay, and then, Shannon. All right, light cyan green. That's nice. Kind of a muted kind of, right up there with almost like sea foam. All right, apple green. I expect this one to be kind of bright. And it's not, it's darker, okay. This was not what I was imagining in my head. All right, let's take a look at pea green. It looks like a lighter one. And I will say too, for those that are concerned, I really don't smell like a scent of anything of these markers, like maybe just a little bit, but those that are sensitive to alcohol markers, maybe if they cause headaches or something, I don't really have that with these. All right, and then honeydew green. Oh, I like that. That is a nice light green, but it's not too overpowering. I'm probably gonna use that green a lot. And then lime green. That's nice. I like that. That almost reminds me of like, what is it? Lime peel in the Arteza set. And then last one is aniseed green, which I'm not super familiar with just the term aniseed, but okay, that's coming out to be more of a yellow. And I like that. I like that there's a nice light yellow in this set. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna zoom out and I'm gonna grab my previous color charts. Green got caught on the camera. I'm gonna grab my previous color charts real quick. Sadly, they are not, Lisa, but I believe that's something they're looking into in the future. So fingers crossed, holding out hope. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so these are, as you can see, we had some flecks from last time. Let's turn down the brightness on this a little bit. These are the tropical tones that we swatched before. Okay, let's pull out the previous colors of, okay, so these are just normal Everblend ultra markers. These are not brush tips, but we can compare some colors. These are in the newer family of colors. Okay, we've got some, those are Copics. Here we go. So these are Everblend art markers, set of 60. These are the previous ones. And as you can see, the numbering of them was just way different. And this is the previous set of Everblend portrait tones and gray tone markers. So there are currently 5 sets available for the brush tips. So you have portrait tones, they have gray tones, they've got the tropical, they've got the deco, and what's the other one? I want to say, are they the brights? The 5th one is, because there's still a pretty wide range of markers of the regular Everblends, but for the brush nibs, okay, so there's the 12 set of brights and the 12 set of pastels. Let's brush nib. I'm on the Arteza website right now because I want to make sure I get you the right list here. So there's gray tones, deco tones, tropical tones, portrait tones, and flora colors. That's the other one, flora colors. And they look like they might be a slightly darker range. So as far as brush tips are concerned, there's those 5 36 sets, and then there's 2 12 sets. So if you're wanting to just try them out, the 12 sets are actually on sale right now too, with the pastels going for $29.99 and the bright colors going for $25.58. The rest of all the markers, regular price for the Decos, the Tropicals, and the Floras are all $135.48, but they are on sale right now on the Arteza website, and that's as of now. So if you watch this video back later, the prices may be different. But as of now, current prices for the Deco and, sorry, so for the Deco, it's $89.96. For the tropical tones, they're actually only $67.74. And for the Flora colors, it's $89.99. And then the portrait tones and the gray tones right now are marked as $75.99. Now they're not on sale right now, but they could, I mean, Arteza is always running like amazing sales. So if you're wanting to just try out the brush nibs, see how they blend, I would probably recommend the pastel colors. I like those ones the best, but the least expensive set is going to be the bright colors, the set of 12. So there's a full range, and like I said, almost all of them, yes, links are in the description. All of them are, yeah, and also, just FYI, I do have an affiliate link at the bottom. You can always use that. I get a small percentage from there, but that's no extra cost to you. Now, that's not to say that I'm only being like, yeah, Arteza, because our view, I legitimately really like the Arteza set. Not to mention, their customer service is flipping amazing. Like I always say, if you're gonna get something off Arteza, don't go to Amazon, go directly to the Arteza website, because like I've heard stories where somebody got like the set of their fine liners and like one was dry, and you know what they did? They didn't just send them the marker, they resent them the whole set. It's the same thing with the pencils, with any of their art supplies. Cannot recommend them enough. Hi, Kathy. So I know that's a lot, but yeah, they split them up like Black Widows. So they don't actually have a full set of markers on the website. Like, cause I don't know what that price would be all total. And I haven't broken it down to what it is per marker. Somebody could probably do the math. So like, for instance, for the, right now for the tropical tones, there's 36 in there, 67, 74. It's gonna come out to be, what, a little around $2 a marker? Now that's with the on sale price, but I mean, like I said, Arteza is always running sales. Like I rarely see anything where you have to pay full price. Like most of the time there are sales. So I mean, for on the sale price, that's $2 a marker. I mean, Copics are what, $4 to $6 per marker? So that's still a really good deal in comparison. Yeah, they're not refillable yet, but they could be in the future. And I mean, for nearly half the price of Copics, it's not bad. Now we'll take a look here in a little bit for blending the portrait tones and see how they compare, but still. Sorry, getting a sip real quick. I just really like Arteza products. Like it's just, yeah, it's wonderful. Okay, so let's take a look at, we're gonna move this one, not this one. All right, and we're gonna move this. Okay, so what we're gonna take a look at now is what their portrait tones used to be versus what they are now. So portrait tones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6 is, I shouldn't do math on stream. I just shouldn't. Someone math for me. What's 6 times 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Steve, math for me. Literally, I've got too much stuff in my brain right now. 36 is their large. Okay, thank you, Shannon. Okay, so it is the same amount. It looks like they're organized slightly differently. Obviously, their numbers are completely different. Let's take all the 36 in there. I thought that's what it was, but my brain is just, I mean, math was not my strong suit in school, like at all. Now, granted, my portrait tones are kind of out of order at the moment. This is the case they used to come in. Or at least this is for the bullet nib and chisel. So, honestly, sorry, I'm fixing that. Honestly, I like the packaging that they have better for these ones. When on streams, the brain goes to mush. It really does. Because that's what it is. 6 times 6 is, anyway, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. So let's, for the ones that I actually still have in their cases, because I have some gray tones in here too. Let's compare some of the names here in comparison to what it was, because I don't have the names listed on these ones. So Ballerina Pink, I'm pretty sure is a tone. Here it is. Okay, so, yeah, I don't math, right? Hi, Ams. Well, of course he did. Of course he did. Mommy can't math. We know this. This is why I have you and little Steve. Okay, so ballerina pink. Oh, this must be a new one. I must have put this one in here already. Okay, so, because this one's got the new list on it. Let's see. Because the old ones are with A and all of that, so I must have reorganized them somehow. All right, let's go watermelon pink. Okay, which is actually, watermelon pink was in the portrait set. Is it? Let's see, 487. Now see, I told you mine are totally out of order. All right, we're gonna grab one that is truly portrait. Okay, peach. A9425, which is here, okay? So this is supposed to be peach A4925, peach in this one, because I know I saw it. We have pale peach, peach. Okay, so peach in this one is actually in the Deco tones, and look at the difference in these colors now. And this tells you why it changes. Okay, so peach is right here. Okay, this peach is 9425, this one. So this is peach in the old set versus peach in the new set. Look at how different that is. Incredibly different. So this is why, even if you have the previous Everblends, they are not gonna match up with the new color ones. So they have an entirely new color system. But if we look at the portrait tones as a whole, just at first glance, I feel like even though the order is slightly different, I feel like they still have a similar range to the previous set. So I don't feel like we're missing out too much on having the previous set, but I will say, from my experience in using alcohol markers, the brush tip makes a world of difference. Ooh, got one rolling away here. The brush tip makes a world of difference in blending. Like it's so much better. And like I said, I really like the packaging better. I feel like the plastic from previous ones was a little bit more flimsy, but now these nice, really durable, like cardboard boxes with the individual little spots, I find it just so much easier. I mean, you can take these boxes, store them on their side, one on top of the other, where the previous had the plastic trays. So all in all, I'd say that the changes that they made are for the better. Much, much, much just for the better. Okay, we're gonna move these out of the way. Before we move on to our next part, does anybody have any questions? Any questions at all? So let's see, that was tropical tones. Do any of the tropical tones match up? Let's see, let's move down here. So, interestingly enough, cream pearl and white quartz, which are pretty light, are not in the portrait tone set. Let's see, are we zoomed all the way out? Here, let's do this. Because these are the tropical tones. You would think with how light white quartz is and cream pearl that they'd be in there. Now, apricot is in the portrait set. Let's see, ivory, that's in the portrait set. Ballerina pink, I misspelled that, I need to fix that. Ballerina pink is on the portrait set. What is the coolest color? As in, hey, he's pretty cool, or as in, brr, I'm cold. Okay. All right. So, let's set that previous chart aside. I need to get these laminated. Okay, so, hi, Robin. All right, so this, like I said, these are Fonzie cool. All right, the coolest color, probably beach blue. He seems pretty cool. Brr, I'm cold. In that case, there's a lot of cool colors. I wouldn't say there was a coolest color. So like I said, if you are wanting, Fine set is the duplication of colors. Yeah, that is true. But because they're not refillable, the duplication might not be a bad thing, especially if, like, for the powder pink, I have a feeling I'm gonna use these a lot, so I don't mind having 2 of them. But yes, it would be nice. I think part of it is the sets individually are easier to digest than one large set that costs, say, $500 or $600. You know, like that's a little bit, for the average colorist, that's gonna take some thinking versus, you know, something that's less than 100. So like I said, you have both these charts. This is a color printed one, but if you have the markers, I highly recommend printing out the blank one, filling it out yourself. If you only have a couple of them, like I said, I have these on my website. Hi, Steve.
Good job.
So let's go ahead and move on to, now we're not gonna color the whole page. We've been going, how long? Only about an hour, but we're not gonna do the whole page. What I do wanna do is try out some of these portrait tones, see how they blend honestly and truthfully. I mean, we're live, so it's kind of hard to, you know, edit around mistakes. So we're going to try and blend with some portrait tones, and then we'll use some of the Deco tones on maybe like the ice cream or her shirt or something. But we're not gonna do the whole page. I might finish this offline and see how we do. So let's see, I'm gonna start with the lighter skin tones because those are the ones I am most familiar with. And we're gonna go from there. I really like the almond, but I think what we'll do is start with the rose quartz. I'm gonna pick 3 kind of mid colors here and we'll go from there. Or we could do the almond and powder pink. That could be good. So almond, powder pink, and almond, powder pink, and thinking pale pink maybe, but I don't want to make her too pinky. Desert rose is kind of nice. Let's get out almond, powder pink, pale pink, and desert rose, okay? So let's see, almond, powder pink, as soon as I can find it. Let's see. It's gonna be near the beginning. Powder pink, here we go. Oh, awesome, Paul. Okay, powder pink, pale pink, and desert rose. Okay. Excuse me. All right, I'm gonna prop this up here. And then let's see, I also printed out, I've got some scrap paper from previous printings that we're just going to tuck right underneath here. Okay, just in case it bleeds through. We'll zoom in just a little bit. Now I have this printed lighter. So this is from Christine Karen's Etsy store. This is how it prints when you just print it out directly from the image that she has. I lightened it in Photoshop just because I wanted it a little bit lighter. Okay, so we have our 4 colors, almond, powder pink, pale pink, and desert rose. We are gonna start with almond. Okay, and like I said, we're gonna use the brush tip because that is what we are here for. I mean, we all like a good chisel tip, but who are we kidding? We wanna see the brush tip. So we're gonna go ahead and fill in, you know what? Let's just focus on her face because we're not doing a full like color along with this. We are just doing this to kind of test out and see how they blend, okay? So we are starting with almond. Now my hands are a little shaky today, so hopefully I'll get in the rhythm here and won't be shaking around. Okay. So we are just going to fill in her skin area first with just this one color. Okay, now the nice thing about Christine Karen is that her images are grayscale, which if you are just learning skin, it gives you kind of like guidelines to follow about where to place your darker colors and your shadows. Okay, let's get her ears here. I always forget ears when I'm doing these, always. Okay. Now, I swear I'm not ignoring chat, but because this is also a review, it's not my normal chatty chat kind of stream. So if I miss anything and you really want me to see it, go ahead and put it twice, but we'll chat a little bit more at the end. So for those that are watching back that just want to see the review, they have all the information that they need. Okay, you know, let's go ahead and cover her lips too, but we'll do like more of a pink with her lips. Okay, hi Clinton. Oh, the other ear, you're right. Here we go. Okay. Only thing I enjoyed about that Thomas page, here you go. Okay, so that was almond. All right, now the next color is powder pink. All right, so this is slightly darker. I don't want to go too dark straight out of the gate because I want to be able to blend these. And it could be that we don't need some of the darker colors, so we're gonna do that. Now we're gonna grab our almond again. Okay. I'm gonna add another layer here. And what that does is that sort of blends the two colors. So that's actually pretty nice. That's actually pretty nice so far. And as you can see, as it dries, it gets lighter. It gets lighter. Okay, now for those of you that have seen the pages that I have for the coloring lamp, these kind of markers are perfect for it. In fact, now that I have these colors, I plan to, fingers crossed, hopefully finish the page that I am working on. Also, side note, there's gonna be some developments coming for the coloring lamp soon, so if you've been keeping an eye out for that, there'll be some announcements soon. All right, so we're just using the powder pink at the moment. Okay, let's get a little bit on her chin, her nose. Okay, let's grab our almond again. Okay. The idea behind it is that you can blend your markers so that you're not seeing any kind of streaks and you get a nice smooth color. And so far, that seems to be working. Okay. All right. I'll get back to the ears in a little bit. Okay, so what are these two? I've got pale pink and desert rose. Now that I got these colors on here, I actually think I want to go with desert rose for our darker color. Okay, so I definitely want to darken this up a little bit. Okay. And like I said, the paper we're using today is the Nina Classic Crest cardstock. So exclamation point Nina in chat for the paper that we're using. And so this is, like Belinda says, like the ugly teenager stage. I'm on a loop? Try refreshing. I'm not seeing any. Okay, I'm good now. I wonder what happened. OBS might have disconnected for a second. Okay, well, if we're back now, that's good. Okay, so now we have almond. Okay. Just a little remix? Okay, all good now. All right, good. Yeah, it must have like disconnected somehow. Okay, so I'm pretty pleased with the colors that we got here. I might use a little bit more pink next time and have it look a little less orangey, but remember also it's gonna dry a little bit. Let's do, let's see. Starts cooling down on a buffer. Okay, let's grab our desert rose here. Okay, put this here. here. Okay, and let's grab our powder pink. In between her hair, so it's kind of hard to get that. DJ Emily's in the house. I'm going to watch it back and see what happened. All right, I think that's probably good enough for the ear. Let's use a little bit of our powder pink on the other ear. And we'll call that one good. Okay, looks weird with this half knot color, but like I said, we're not doing a full color along here. Wow, that's really bright. Okay, let's go ahead and add a bit more powder pink, yeah? But I will say I am liking the blending capability of these. I think they're blending really well. Obviously I'm not, you know, like a Copic queen or anything, but I've used Copics and I feel like these can rival it. I think the only thing that these have against them is that they're currently not refillable. But hopefully that is something they will do in the future. But the edges seem to be blending really well together. Thanks, Jamie. The alcohol markers are really handy for that. For some reason on your guys' screen, it looks incredibly yellow. I swear it's not actually that yellow. Let's take some other colors. Actually, here, let's get our Dusky Rose. Is that what this was? Desert Rose, sorry, Desert Rose. Gonna add a little bit here. Well, and that just says too for the blending capability of these markers that it just, I mean, you want a fast way to get a page done. Alcohol markers are the way to go. Adds to cart, awesome, Ams. I like them a lot. Like if you were really just wanting to try one, I would say go with the portrait tone set. Like they're just fantastic. Okay, so let's grab our lightest color. So beach blue, and let's get diamond blue. I really like diamond blue. There we go. So let's start with beach blue. Really pretty blue. Okay. And then we'll get diamond blue. Get a little bit of a darker color on the outside. And we're gonna blend those two blues. And like I said, when we're done, we'll take a look at the back and we'll see the bleed through, okay? If they're fiber and likely to wear out, it's good that they're not refillable. Yeah, and they should have, right now they just have the bullet tips for replaceable, bullet tips and chisel tips for replaceable nibs, but hopefully in the future they will have some, because you have to remember too, these brush tip markers are brand new, like brand spanking new. They just came out. So obviously there's gonna be upgrades and updates as time goes on. I mean, you know, before they didn't even have any of the brush tips at all. We only had like one color set to begin with. Let's grab espresso brown for the inside of her eye here. Then we can add white gel pen on top for highlights. But this is the closest to black, and I just want to do this page with just the two sets, you know? So we can add some highlights to her eyes a little bit later. Let's do a little bit on her lips. Like I said, we're not doing the whole page, but I wanna explore everything here. So let's grab blush pink and cherry blossom pink. Okay, so let's see, cherry blossom and blush. Here we go. 20 set from Arteza website. Mine came in yesterday, Amazon, with a duplicate pan of 24 pencils. Oh no! Yes, I highly recommend ordering from the Arteza website every time. Every time. Okay, so blush pink. Like I said, their customer service is unmatched. You could always check, Ams, see who the seller is on Amazon, because I know Arteza does sell through the Amazon website, and if they do, maybe you can still access their customer service. So you could contact them and be like, hey, I bought such and such a thing off Amazon, but such and such a thing happened. Right, 2-day shipping. Okay, Cherry Blossom Pink. Hang on. Need to make sure my hands are nice and comfortable because I am a tad shaky today. There we go. I know I'm turning it a lot, I apologize. Just need my hands to be comfortable. Okay. Like I said, I could spend more time doing more to her, but I'm just trying to get through so you all can have kind of an idea here. Let's do a little bit of hair and a little bit of ice cream cone, and then we will we'll call it on that, because like I said, we're not doing the whole page. We're not doing the whole page. That is true, Della, you could do that. Okay, so let's do some browns, because that's a nice thing too, is because it's got such a great range, you can do brown hair as well. So let's grab warm beige. Oh, creme brulee is really nice. Creme brulee is really nice. Let's do creme brulee, warm beige, and tan leather brown. I think that's good. Okay, so creme brulee, warm, and please, if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Okay, tan leather brown, here we go, and warm beige. Okay, right, she does. All right, so we're gonna start with tan leather brown, okay? Now, she's got some highlights for her hair, so you can follow that. Okay, so let's do... Are we in frame? Yes, okay. And I know I could be more zoomed in, but because we're kind of doing this quickly, I don't want to be zooming in and out and making everybody dizzy. Okay. Okay, so that was the tan leather brown. Thanks, Brandy. Now we're gonna grab the warm beige. Okay. This is where using a dark, a mid, and a light really comes in handy. It's kind of like, not that there's any hard and fast rules for coloring, but it does come in handy, especially when you're blending. I mean, think about if you were to try and blend a black and a white together. You know, they're so starkly different. It needs a nice gray to kind of bridge the two colors together, and that also helps with your blending. So if your darks are too dark and your lights are too light, it is going to make it a little bit more difficult to get a nice kind of seamless blend for your colors. All right, and then creme brulee brown is our lightest color. We're going to kind of go over this whole part here. Okay, so that gives her kind of like a nice kind of light brown color. So let's grab our mid again. Okay, warm beige. There we go. There we go. You get an idea of kind of how we would do her hair all the way throughout. Like I said, I could spend a little bit more time, but we're kind of showing the blendability between all the markers. And like I said, since we're doing this live, there's no fudging it, you know, no editing of any kind. This is just straight up how we're using it here. All right, let's choose some fun colors for our ice cream here, and then we will probably call it. So let's go ahead and do, let's do Picky Pink, Bubblegum Pink, okay? So Picky Pink, and let's find Bubblegum. Bubblegum Pink. Okay, Picky Pink, Bubblegum Pink, and then let's do Winter Green. Winter Green and Spearmint Green. Okay. Okay, let's do those two colors for now, okay? So let's start with Bubblegum Pink. Okay. Do this here. Okay, and like I said, nice thing about Christine Karen is that she kind of lays out where those shadows should be. Okay, so we're gonna place our darkest color on the inside. I'm gonna put a few little spots there because, you know, it's kind of giving the ice cream texture. Okay, then we're gonna grab our Piggy Pink, which is kind of like an orangey pink. Then I'm going to show you what we can use to kind of add a little bit more shadow once we get our main colors on here, okay? So we're going to grab actually Muted Rose Pink from the Portrait Tone set, okay? Grab the brush then, I'm always double checking, make sure I got the right one. Okay, and this is going to add a little bit more of a darker kind of shaded color. Then we'll use the Bubblegum Pink again. All right, so Bubblegum Pink over the top, that darker one. Okay, make sure we're keeping in the texture here. Okay, then we're gonna use the Piggy Pink again. Okay, nice and bright ice cream. Okay, then we're gonna use the Spearmint Green. Spearmint Green. That is super bright. She is gonna have some bright ice cream. Okay. So I'm using the darker color to kind of help with the texture a little bit. No worries, Kenny. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, Winter Green. Now, if we wanted to, we could also add an even lighter green. Let's see, Winter Green's kind of a bluish. Might be kind of fun to add a little bit of Honeydew Green. Okay. On the edge. Let's grab our Honeydew Green, okay? Honeydew, here we are. Now what this is gonna do is this kind of eliminates the kind of bluish tone a little bit and warms it up just a little bit. I mean, because what's ice cream without fun, crazy colors, right? All right, let's use our Winter Green again. Now, if you wanted to like add highlights or anything, you could use a white gel pen. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. Like I said, I'll probably finish this on my own now that we've kind of gotten started, and it'll make more sense once we have it all done. But I will say, I am thoroughly impressed with these portrait tones. I'm telling you, brush tips make all the difference, right, Ams? They really do. Brush tips make absolutely all the difference. I cannot recommend them enough. So if Copics are a little bit out of your budget because individually they can run a little expensive and you really want a nice set of alcohol portrait tones, I cannot recommend the portrait tones from Arteza enough. Like I said, all the links for everything is in the description below, including color charts and all of that. But folks, I think that is a wrap. Does anybody have any questions before we head out? Right? They really are. Oh, brush tips makes such a difference. Such a difference. Like, Arteza has really upped its game starting with brush tips. It's amazing. Absolutely, Lisa. Absolutely. So yeah, links for everything are in the description below. And you know, like I said, all of the links to the markers and the color charts and everything else. They'll be perfect. Yeah, check the description. Thank you so much for that. All right, everyone. Well, if nobody has any other questions, I am going to head out. We will be live again. What's today? Today's Wednesday. We'll be live again Friday night, where we're going to go ahead and continue our Johanna Bassler page that we started before we got Worlds of Wonder. Steve has a Steve stream coming up. I think when we'll do it will be after we finish this next page, because I've had a number of requests to finish this page that we started a while back. So yeah, coming soon, a Steve stream. Plus, I have a lot of other things planned for the channel in the coming weeks. The kids are starting school next week, which is going to give me a little bit more, well, there's going to be some quiet time around the house. It's going to be a little weird for me. I'm not sure, which means I'm going to want to fill it with stuff so that I'm not sitting here all sad that my children are away from school and away from me. But lots of cool things coming up. So stay tuned. And in the meantime, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you all next time. All right, bye. Oh, and Ev, thank you again for your super chat. You are utterly amazing. Thank you so much. And everyone else for being here too. I love you all.